Hey, it's your girl Millie says. How you doing? So now I got on a hat, right? I gotta get it together. But I wanted to do this video really quick because I'm trying to be consistent and make videos, but I'm also making videos as these thoughts pop up into my head. So my last video I discussed a little bit about credit, and it made me want to do a second video branching off from that on because I did talk about credit utilization and keeping your credit utilization on all of your cards combined, in addition to one card below 5%. I like to call it the 5 rule. 5 5 5. Okay, remember that, the 5 rule. So I wanted, just in case you weren't familiar or did not know how to calculate your credit utilization, I wanted to give you an equation to remember. So I did write it down, so in case you see me reading it, it's because I wrote it down, because I didn't want to like give you wrong information, right? Because then what's the point of that? So you're going to take your balance, whatever your balance is, multiply that number by 100, right? Then you divide that number by the limit, your credit limit, and that will give you your utilization number. So I have some examples here. So let's say you have a credit card that has a $4,000 limit on it. In order for you to keep it below 5%, you only want to utilize $200 off of that credit card. And how do you get the math going? So you take the balance, which is 200, you multiply that by 100, and then you divide that by the credit limit, which is 4,000, right? That will give you 5%. Now let's say you have a card that's a lower limit, let's say $1,000. So you're going to take the $1,000, you want to be below 5%, so only use $40. I know that's going to be hard because you're thinking, I have $1,000 on this card, I'm going to use this card up and max it out. No, you're not. Okay? No, you are not. You're going to use it for gas, or, you know, maybe the movies. Treat yourself to the movies once a month before that credit card bill is due. And you're only going to use $40. That is going to keep you below 5%. So you take the 40, you multiply that by 100, and then you divide that by the balance, which is $1,000. Now, if your card just so happens to be over $40 and you're closer to the 1,000, you're going to do what you need to do to pay that credit card down before the uh, and before the bill date, right? Before the bill is due. So you're going to, let's say, what is that? $960. If you can't pay the whole $1,000 off, you should pay the whole $1,000 off before the due date. But if you can't, well, let's talk about that. Pay the entire balance of the credit card off before the due date, and then you have a window between the due date and the date when the statement ends. So for me, my billing date, let's say the bill is due on the 11th, the statement ends on the 14th. So I pay the balance of $1,000. Well, it's not, my, a little higher than $1,000, but I pay the balance by the 11th, and then between the 11th and the and I pay the entire balance, so I don't have to pay interest, because then when I get my billing statement the next month, next to the interest line, it says 0, because I paid my balance off before the due date. If you pay it off after the due date, they charge you. So just remember that. So yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to pay your balance off, hopefully before the due date, and then between the due date And when the statement ends, you're going to use $40 from that. And that number is what is going to report to the credit bureaus. Once they report, it'll show your credit utilization at 5%, and you keep doing that month after month. I give it maybe, especially if your balance was super high, the next time that it reports, your score is going to go up because now it's showing that such and such is being a lot more responsible. Let's raise that score. So keep that in mind. And if you need to rewatch the video again just to get the math down, do that. Um, Click the like button. Definitely subscribe if this is your first time. I'm just, getting used to making these videos. I'm trying to bring up the enthusiasm because some of my videos were kind of boring. And I think one of them was because I did it like 5 o'clock in the morning when I just woke up. Um, so, but yeah, I've had my coffee. All right, I had a caramel latte hot with 2 shots of espresso. So I'm wired right now. I haven't drank the whole thing, but I'm a little bit more wired than I was when I made the video earlier. So yeah, remember, balance times 100 divided by your limit. And that will give you your credit utilization. And you want to keep it below 5%. Below 30 is good, but you want to be great. Okay? Especially if you're watching this channel. We do great over here. All right? Later.